even Lollapalooza, when it happens in Brazil, it focuses on pop and rock, Brazilian pop and rock, that kind of stuff. When Lollapalooza happens in Germany, they focus on EDM and electro music because that's what the audience likes there. These kids, start would say that, look at this hero, he has such a good body. So Shah Rukh sir decided that for my kids, I will make six pack. And then when Om Shanti Om happened, Farah said, I want an award show speech. So I said, Farah, I have one. मैं तो 11वीं स्टैंडर्ड से लिख के बैठा हूँ. Then she said, if you can incorporate that Paulo Coelho's Alchemist philosophy also. When Shah Rukh sir is reading the script for the first time, it just matches. It's the same. With other actors, sometimes you have to tell them, कि sir, pause थोड़ा यहाँ पे ले लीजिए, इसको थोड़ा जोर से बोल दीजिए. Shah sir, of course, is playing. AbRam is there. Aryan is also there. All the three Khans are there in this film. The three Khans from the Shahi Khandan. AbRam was so good. He came, he dubbed Fatafat. If you remember, there's a scene in Om Shanti Om where I'm playing a cameo. I'm the director of Apahij Pyar. Once the melody is approved, then we will write the lyrics. मतलब कि कफन तैयार है एक साइज का, आप लास्ट काट के बिठाओ उसमें. तो अल्लाह दुहाई है फ्रेज वही रखना था, मगर बाकी की चीजें चेंज करनी थी. तो वी रोट अल्लाह दुहाई है, फिर बेवफाई है.
Mayur Puri, welcome to CNN News 18.
Thank you for having me.
How are you, sir? You are joining us from Delhi.
Yes, I'm in Delhi right now for a very important IPRS event, which is called Soundscapes of India. And this is the first time we are doing something very interesting. We are putting Indian bands in front of festival curators from across the world and kind of trying to create a bridge between the two communities and see where it goes.
Now, you are, of course, part of this panel where you discuss various festivals of music festivals of India.
Yes.
Which are some of the important issues that you discuss with the fellow panelists?
So the music festival market across the world is a very big market. It's some 2,000 million US dollars. It's that big, the market is. And the market for Asia Pacific itself is about 500 million US dollars. Somewhere around that vicinity. I don't have exact numbers, but somewhere around 500 million US dollars is the festival market, music festival market for just Asia Pacific. And this entire thing is growing at a CAGR of 26%. So it's a very big opportunity and it's a very correct time right now because people are back to live entertainment. People want to go out and have a good time. And India has so much to offer in that. हमारे पास इतना अच्छा music है. We have such great bands. We have such great indie music happening now. And they should get platforms and they should capitalize on this market as much as they can. Because whether it's arts, whether it is music, whether it is movies, whether it is stories, India has so much to offer, right? To the world. We और किसी चीज का मुझे पता नहीं, but in terms of liberal arts, India is number one in the world. हम उसमें तो विश्वगुरु हैं और हैं ही.
So then, is there a plan with IPRS to perhaps start more music festivals across India?
No, see, IPRS as a not-for-profit company, it works to collect the performing rights of authors, lyricists, composers, producers, and publishers. So it is not in our ambit to create, music festivals or something like that.
I said support more festivals.
Yes, exactly. आपने बिल्कुल सही कहा. So we definitely want to provide support for that. We definitely want our members to grow and do the best that they can. And anybody in the world, if they want to promote or utilize Indian music and by paying the artists their correct share of royalty, we are more than willing to help or go as much out of our way as possible and make it happen. So we are facilitators that.
But do you think then, staying with the live performances and concerts, do you think India needs more venue when it comes to?
I think so. I think that India, firstly, to organize a festival in India is very complicated. It's not easy. It's very difficult. There are so many permissions to be taken. There is so many things that we have to keep in mind. And I was talking to the Event Organizers Association, and they were sharing some of the difficulties with us, and they were telling us that, and rightly so, there have to be so many permissions and licenses and all of that. And they also don't have a single window clearance and they don't have like easily obtainable licenses and all. We are working towards that. We are working, government is helping us. We are also trying to bring all the stakeholders of the music business onto one platform and trying to facilitate that. And I don't know how soon it will happen, but at least the beginning has happened. In 70 years, it has not happened, but at least we have started working towards it. And hopefully soon we will have a resolution for that.
We have Lollapalooza coming to India. There's Mahindra
Yes.
Brew festivals, but why India don't have that one renowned big music festival that is like a
We
go-to place for all the musicians?
Sir, we have, but and renowned festivals also we have. But the problem is that they are not, they are very localized. The problem with Indian festivals, and India is a very big country. See, all across the world, music festivals are always localized, right? आपने Lollapalooza की बात की. Now, even Lollapalooza, when it happens in Brazil, it focuses on pop and rock, Brazilian pop and rock, that kind of stuff. When Lollapalooza happens in Germany, they focus on EDM and electro music because that's what the audience likes there. But the problem with India is that India is so vast a country and it is so diverse a country that we cannot have one music festival, which is the festival of music in India. It's not possible, right? So,
If you go to Northeast, they're very thriving
yes,
music festivals. They have like
yes.
Zero Film Festival and then
Yes. So
Hornbill.
Hornbill, I went to Hornbill Festival last year, and it was amazing to see how well curated that event is and how well it is done. We do have sunburn happening. We had a very nice paddy fields. So there are many
So
NH10
Paddy is
weekend.
not happening. That's Atul Juramani's festival, right?
Yeah, but it's not happening now. Yeah. So a lot of times good things start, but they somehow they don't, consistently go forward or whatever. I think our corporate sector and that also is little. How do I put this? But they're little stingy with putting money behind music, putting money
But
behind
now
art.
they're happening now. I mean, see how Zomato, how smartly they're promoting, they're getting international artists to the country, and this is what how India campaign.
These kind of companies, which are service providers, actually, whether it is Zomato or similar service providers, whether it is Blinkit or whether it is Big Buy, they always begin some other big event already happening, so they don't get into the logistics of it, right? Abroad, if you see, abroad the sponsors, the corporate people, they get into the actual organization also.
I have more questions about live music and live and music festival, but you're also a celebrated lyricist and a screenwriter. Apart
Ji.
from being the board member of IPRS, you have written dialogues for many Shah Rukh Khan's films,
Two
including
films.
Om Shanti Om. There is Happy New Year also. You were
Yes.
part of Billu also.
I written a song in Billu, yes.
So, what is your most cherished memory of working on Om Shanti Om?
There are many memories of working in Om Shanti Om. But if you remember, there's a scene in Om Shanti Om where I'm playing a cameo. I'm the director of Apahish Pyar and the song Darde Disco. I'm
That
the
is
director
yeah.
in the film. Yeah. And it was very interesting because till 3 days before the shoot, I did not know that I was supposed to do that. Farah had told me a couple of times before, but I thought she was joking. And 3 days before shoot, she said, चल तेरे को परसों आना, you have to come on the shoot and I'm going to shoot with you. And I was like, are you sure? She said, yeah, you have to come. So I went on the shoot, and that day because it is according to Shah Rukh sir and Farah, it was my scene. I was the most important player in that scene. Now see how great and how loving they are. My van was bigger than Shah Rukh sir's van that day, and they allowed me to do all kinds of tantrums. My clothes came, and I said, no, I don't like this shirt. I'll wear some other shirt. And the costume designers, they were running around finding me new clothes to wear. And the entire unit, they treated me so well and so nicely. And Shah Rukh sir himself, he is such a giving actor. He's such a to collaborate with him, to be in the same frame as him, he empowers you so much. It comes out of an amazing sense of security that he has. He never worries about, oh, Mayur has more lines in my scene or he has funnier lines in my scene. He never thinks like that. He helps you to say two more jokes. He lets you be. That's amazing. So I have great memories of shooting that.
That was also the time when the trend of having six-pack abs started. It started with Shah Rukh Khan. Do you remember? There was a
Yes.
behind-the-scenes video of Shah Rukh and Aryan in a was it a pool or artificial pond?
No, it was a pond created on the set and shallow. It was a shallow pool, you can say, like a shallow pool.
And it was
But it was the thing was that everybody was making good bodies and they were all, and Shah Rukh sir had never, he was more a actor, more a director's actor. He was focusing more on his roles. but his kids were growing up, and his kids, start would say that, look at this hero, he has such a good body. So Shah Rukh sir decided that, for my kids, I will make six pack, I'll make the best body, so that my kids should not feel that unka baap kisi se kam hai, you know. So he worked very hard for his physique on Om Shanti Om. Even in Happy New Year, I remember entire shoot of Happy New Year for 150 days we shot, and Shah Rukh sir was eating only chana and gul. That's what he was having, jaggery and chana. That's what he was eating, and he shot the whole film like that.
So then, what was the inspiration or the story behind these lines? अगर आप किसी चीज को दिल से चाहो तो पूरी कायनात उसे तुमसे मिलाने की कोशिश में लग जाती है.
So I'm a very positive person, because I come from a very lower middle class, almost poor background, and I was a nobody in the industry. I had no support system in the industry. So when I started off, journey was very difficult, but I've always been a very positive person. I remember when I was a child, I had seen some movie in which in the opening scene, the hero gets hit by 5 bullets. I think the movie was Kabza made by Mahesh Bhatt, and it was Sanjay Dutt. उसको 5 गोलियां लगी है पहले सीन में, and he calls the police or ambulance and he says कि मुझे 5 गोली लगी है, and we are like, this is the first scene of the film, obviously he's not going to die, right? तो हिंदी पिक्चर में जब तक कहानी पूरी नहीं हुई है, पिक्चर अभी बाकी है, हीरो मर नहीं सकता, अभी उसको कहानी कहनी है, द स्टोरी इज नॉट ओवर. So this thought was always in my mind, and this entire speech actually, this whole thing, that मेरा ऐसा मानना है कि हमारी जिंदगी में भी हमारी फिल्मों की तरह अंत तक सब ठीक हो जाना है. Now this I had written when I was in 11th standard, when I decided to become a filmmaker. At that time I had written this. The first thought came to my mind is I should make films. The second day I thought, if I work in movies, I don't know what I'm going to do, writer, director, actor, I don't know what I'm going to do. But अगर मैं फिल्मों में काम किया तो कभी तो अवार्ड मिलेगा मुझे. तो अवार्ड मिलेगा तो मैं स्पीच क्या दूंगा. तो मैंने पहले वो स्पीच लिखी, उसके बाद स्क्रिप्ट लिखी. So I wrote that when I was in 11th standard. And then when Om Shanti Om happened, Farah said, I want an award show speech. So I said, Farah, I have one. मैं तो 11वीं स्टैंडर्ड से लिख के बैठा हूँ. Then she said, if you can incorporate that Paulo Coelho's Alchemist ka philosophy also, which I had not read actually. I have not read Alchemist, but she kind of paraphrased it for me. She said that, if you want really something very badly, then you will get it. That's what the funda is. The funny thing is, the way I wrote it in Urdu, it is exactly the same words that Paulo Coelho. So it's like a parallel thinking kind of a thing that happens. किसी चीज को अगर पूरी शिद्दत से चाहो तो सारी कायनात तुम्हें उससे मिलाने की साजिश में लग जाती. So there was a little bit of that Paulo Coelho's quote which Farah wanted me to incorporate. There was a little bit of stuff that I had written in 11th standard. Then there was a little bit of influence of that Kabza and Mahesh. So there were many influences in that one paragraph of dialogue. But it worked. It was nice. Somehow all the thoughts come together, at the right time.
When you watch Om Shanti Om, even today, it looks like everybody who was making or part of that film had a lot of fun.
Yeah. We had so much fun making that film. It's very visible. You can see that we are having a ball while making that film.
The film had some. The film also had some very quirky one-liners like Yanna Raskala.
There's a very funny story behind that.
Yeah.
So when I was writing that particular scene, Farah said that, Mayur, do you want to use somebody who knows Tamil? Because you have to write he's pretending to act in a Tamil film. So you have to write, what will be he speaking in Tamil dialogues? So I said, listen, your character, Om Prakash Makhija, he doesn't know Tamil actually. All the Tamil that he knows has come from Shivaji Ganesan, Kamal Hassan's movies or Rajnikant movies. That's all the Tamil. What is that Tamil? That is Yanna Raskala, Mind Date. It's just these 3-4 phrases that we know. There is no Tamil in it, but it just appears like a Tamil film shoot is going on. So I said he knows as much Tamil as I do, and we can only use that. So there's no need for a outside Tamil person to come. It will become inauthentic for that character. So I wrote exactly those 3 things I know in Tamil. That's what is written. Yenna Murugana, Yenna Raskala. That's all I know. और जितनी तमिल आती थी सारी झाड़ दी.
But few years ago, you were also part of another panel where you discussed the poetry of Sahir Ludhianvi.
Yes, I did that with Irshad Bhai, and we did it for Kala Ghoda Festival. Yes.
It was called Looking at Sahir in a New Light.
Yes.
What, according to you, that is so special about Sahir Ludhianvi's life or lyrics that made them so enduring and even I can say relevant today?
See, the great thing about Sahir Saab is that he was so progressive in his thinking that he was already an established poet of a very high caliber. मतलब जो बच्चा 16-17 साल की उम्र से मुशायरों में पढ़ता हो already, and he did his college, he did his post graduation, whatever in Lahore and all of that, and then after establishing himself as one of the biggest voices in poetry in the nation, in the twin nation, India and Pakistan at that time, he decided that I will go to Bombay and write for movies. He had respect for movies. मैं फिल्मों का बड़ा गीतकार बनूंगा, ये सोच के ही came. So he put the craft of writing songs on a pedestal, and everybody celebrates Sahir's great poetry and great ghazals and nazms and songs of pyasa and songs of his earlier movies and all, which has a lot of dard, lot of pain, because India azad nahi hua tha, there was socialist sentiment and all of that. But that was 20 years of Sahir's life. After that 30 years, Sahir has written happy songs. Sahir Saab has written fun songs. He's written so many romantic songs. He's written after India became independent, and it's not that one aspect of Sahir's life that he was a romantically challenged person or whatever. His love life was not so great. People have been only focusing on that, but I think he was a very complete songster. I would say songster, like not even he was a complete songster. He could make up songs on anything. You know, तेरा मुझसे है पहले का नाता कोई यूं ही नहीं दिल लुभाता कोई, ये भी साहिर साहब है. तो साहिर साहब ने he's written such a range of songs, so many beautiful things he's given. It's not just sad or socialist songs that we know साहिर साहब for. In fact, Anand Bakshi साहब used to say कि गाना धुन पे नहीं चलता है, बोल पे नहीं चलता है, गाना सिचुएशन पे चलता है. You see, ये बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग चीज है कि today we have stopped making interesting situations. We are making the same songs. एक दारू का गाना, एक शादी का गाना, एक पार्टी का गाना, एक आइटम सॉन्ग, एक लव सॉन्ग. These are the only songs we are making in movies today. But if you see Johnny Mera Naam, there is a song where the boy and the girl, they are both being pursued by cops. तो पुलिस पीछे पड़ी है और पुलिस से पीछा छुड़ाने के लिए वो गा रहे, वो मेरे राजा, वो मेरी रानी, खफा ना होना, दूर से आई, देर से आई, मजबूरी थी, फिर भी मैंने वादा तो निभाया. और वो उन दोनों का अपना एक डायनामिक है उनका रिलेशनशिप का, which also he's teasing her while that whole thing is happening, के इंतजार के एक पल का बदला लूंगा, and all of that is happening. So the whole it's a scene actually. It's a thriller scene which is going into a song situation. We have stopped doing these things. Say for example, I always talk about this song from Laila Majnun, कोई पत्थर से ना मारे मेरे दीवाने को. अभी today if I am going to suggest to any director कि sir ये situation है that boy loves girl और वो दीवानावार मोहब्बत में पागल हो चुका है वो, और लोग उसे पत्थर मार रहे हैं और हीरोइन गाना गा रही है, तो डायरेक्टर बोलेगा तुम पागल हो गए क्या, ऐसा गाना कौन देखेगा. टुडेस ऑडियंस डजंट हैव पेशेंस फॉर इट. मगर अगर ये नहीं उन लोगों ने किया होता उस वक्त, तो हाउ वुड यू गेट दिस ब्यूटीफुल वर्ड्स कि मेरे दीवाने को इतना ना सताओ लोगों, ये तो वैशी है, तुम ही होश में आओ. हाउ वुड यू गेट दिस ब्यूटीफुल पोएट्री? You would not get it. You would not get it. Because today we have moved away from new situations. We are only writing songs on those set pattern. In fact, अब तो बहुत बुरी हालत हो गई. अब तो हम 15 सेकंड की रील के लिए गाने बना रहे हैं.
That also challenging, no? But you are a celebrated lyricist, like I said. You've written songs like Allah Dohai Hai from Race 2. Uh, so then, what came first, the tune or the lyrics for this song?
Tune.
And
Always the tune.
On you to live up to the music of Race 1?
Always the tune comes first in our industry. In film industry, it's always the composers. They will make 4-5 tunes or whatever for each situation. The producer director will approve of one tune. Once the melody is approved, then we will write the lyrics. मतलब कि कफन तैयार है एक साइज का, आप लास्ट काट के बिठाओ उसमें. That's how we work, all the lyricists in the industry. अल्लाह दुहाई रेस 1 में जब ये पहली वाली रेस में था गाना, तब समीर साहब ने लिखा था. रेस 2 के गाने मैं लिख रहा था, तो अल्लाह दुहाई है फ्रेज वही रखना था, मगर बाकी की चीजें चेंज करनी थी. तो वी रोट अल्लाह दुहाई है, फिर बेवफाई है. In fact, I'll be very honest with you, जब ये गाना, when I started writing this song, I did not know the story of the film. I was only told it's an Abbas Mastan film, twist पे twist है. I was only told that. So if you see the song, the song is talking generally about how you cannot trust people and people change, and it's very generic that way. It's not actually telling exactly what is happening in the situation, but that's okay. It works for the film.
But then, do you sometimes feel pressure to write lyrics, say when you're writing for a film which is a franchise? If you're writing, say, for part two,
No, we see the thing is sometimes you get intimidated by your own success also. Say, for example, I did songs for ABCD with Sachin Jigar, and then we were asked to do ABCD 2. And we worked in so much pressure for that film because we were like, oh my God, how? Because of course, the stress of your previous success is there on your head. But there's also one thing about franchise films. There is a formula behind franchise films. So we know, okay, one Ganpati song we have to do, one song which is a little bit of a happy time. Like the first one, first ABCD we had done, Bheja Hoega Psycho Re, Piyenga Nahi To Bheja Hoega Psycho Re, and the second one we did Happy Yaar Mein. That's a great song. So, so you know the kind of songs that you need, huh? But at the same time, you have to work hard and bring out a tuner. You have to bring out a Vande Mataram. You have to go beyond what you did in the first film. You know. So yeah, it's interesting. It's fun. और challenge के बिना जिंदगी का मजा ही क्या है?
so then, like I said, you're a frequent collaborator with Shah Rukh Khan, and you have worked on films like Billu, Om Shanti Om, Happy New Year, The Lion King, the
Yes.
dub version of Lion King. Can you talk to us about the comfort you have with Shah Rukh Khan and how he gets involved during the writing process? And was there a time where when he struggled with a line because of some reason, maybe it was a tongue twister or the word he was not comfortable with?
No, no. Shah Rukh sir is a very consummate actor. I'll tell you the interesting thing about Shah Rukh sir, and I've written for many actors and I've worked with many actors, and not to take away from anyone, everybody works hard. All the actors in today's generation, sir, they are very hardworking. They try to do their best. But Shah Rukh sir is of another level. When I'm writing a line, what emotion or the diction or the dialogue delivery that I have in my mind, when Shah Rukh sir is reading the script for the first time, it just matches. It's the same. With other actors, sometimes you have to tell them, कि sir, pause थोड़ा यहाँ पे ले लीजिए, इसको थोड़ा जोर से बोल दीजिए. Other actors,
Because he's good in Hindi, he's good in Hindi.
yeah. I think he's very good with the language. I think he's very good, and also he's very good with the intention. Like he understands the scene. He understands why this character is behaving like this. He's very clear about his motivation. So he knows why I'm speaking this. And if the motivation is not enough, he will try and create that motivation for himself. Say for example, there are some things in Happy New Year. There is a scene where Mohini, Deepika Padukone, she comes to meet where these people are trying to they're going to learn their dance and all of that, and she comes there and she overhears him saying bad things about her, and then she's angry and she goes, and then he follows her out. And in my original draft, it was very simple that I'm sorry you overheard me, but I respect you. I don't mean disrespect, and I'm sorry if I've hurt you. It was very straight, simple kind of a line. Shah Rukh sir made it into something else only. It's very funny what he's done. He says that, because the idea was that he speaks in English and she finds it very attractive because he's like, "Aila English bolta hai." So she's that character, right? So
Moinika dance, she keeps saying.
yeah. Dance, Moinika dance, Eugenia Moinika dance. So we wanted her to be attractive to his English. So Farah said, Shahrukh will say something in English, na, it's okay. It doesn't. You don't have to write every single line. So I left it. Like I didn't write too much in English. I just wrote that I really respect you and ma'am, please don't go away, and like very straight, simple lines. And Shah Rukh sir came up with this whole funny bit where he says that, your thighs, I mean, your eyes. And it's all innuendo, it's all double meaning dialogue because he's flipping his tongue. He's just saying whatever comes to his mind. And that bit actually is written by him because he wanted more motivation there. He wanted more fumbles, you know. So we were there on the set and we worked on it, and so he's very collaborative that way. And I've never said this before. The first time I'm revealing. Most of the times, what I have written is the final thing. They never change. Farah never asked me to change a single line. Shah Rukh sir never asked me to change a single line. But sometimes they will add on something. Sometimes they will want to just to provide that motivation. Okay, thoda kam pad raha hai motivation. Maybe I should do this. Then the character, it will become more authentic and it will become more honest for this character to say this thing.
Like Like which dialogue where he added some of the lines, few lines?
This one which I just said right now, that when he's talking to Moini and he says that your thighs, I mean your eyes, and that one. Then sometimes, like in Om Shanti Om also, there was that when he was doing the tiger fight in Om Shanti Om, he was saying mind it every time. And I was there on the set, and at one particular point, we designed a shot where he throws the tiger and he comes to the camera and says, mind it. So I told him that time, I said, sir, अब आप आपने टाइगर फेंक दिया ना, तो अब आप कैमरे के पास आके बोलो, now find it. So, so these kind of things you work out on the set, so and it's very collaborative. It's great working with him because आप एक लाइन बोलोगे, वो भी एक लाइन ऐड कर देते. So it's great fun.
But you have written for dub versions of some of the Hollywood films like Jungle Book,
Yes.
Captain America: Civil War, The Lion King, featuring again Shah Rukh Khan, and the recently released Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yes.
What is the most demanding part when you are writing for the dub version of these Hollywood films?
So very interesting question. This, it's very interesting question because when I started doing this job, I thought the most demanding part is going to be matching the sync. But that's not. That is very easy. Sync is what? Sync is bilabials. You just match your per, fur, bur, bh, ma, and your sync ho jata hai. And I cracked the formula. I cracked how to do it. So it's not a problem. But the most demanding part, especially with Disney movies, is that Disney has certain mandates. As a brand, you can say certain things in a Disney film and you cannot say certain things in a Disney film. You have to be very mindful of creating that wholesome family entertainer vibe. And I'm not talking about Deadpool and Wolverine. This is all before that. So now we are taking risks and we are changing that also. But that part is to understand the brand and to deliver what the brand wants. That's very challenging. Secondly, to understand the original intention of the author. The original. If I'm doing Jungle Book, what was Jon Favreau's thought behind using a dialogue like "Your tricks are not welcome here"? Now, if I translate that into "तुम्हारी तरकीब यहाँ नहीं चलेगी" या "तुम्हारी युक्ति यहाँ नहीं चलेगी," that's wrong. So I've done "तुम्हारे जुगाड़ यहाँ नहीं चलेगी." Because his intention is that. So you have to follow the intention. You have to translate the rasa. हमारे नाट्य शास्त्र में जो 9 रस हैं, you have to find out कि ओरिजिनल फिल्म में, ओरिजिनल सीन में किस रस को किस रस की निष्पत्ति की कोशिश की जा रही है. What is the emotion? What is the core true emotion that the original author director is trying to pull out from the audience? And you have to be true to that and to manifest that with your audience, with your cultural references. That's the tricky part. That's the difficult part.
Now the obvious question: you of course have written the Hindi dub version of The Lion King. What can we expect from the Hindi dub version of Mustafa the Lion King? What
Mufasa.
kind of lines you have written for AbRam, considering his age?
It's a very, very beautiful story. Unfortunately, I cannot reveal anything about the story itself. I can only use the adjectives to say that it's fun, it's fantastic, it's great. It's a full family film. It's rich in relationships. It's rich in emotion and drama, and it's got great songs by Lin-Manuel Miranda. And of course, we are going to do Hindi songs also. The songs will also be adapted in Hindi, and the dialogues are going to be in Hindi. And everybody who's playing the part in the film, all the casting is very appropriate. Of course, there will be Shreyas Talpade and Sanjay Mishra ji reprising their roles of Timon and Pumbaa. But apart from that, Shah sir, of course, is playing. AbRam is there. Aryan is also there. All the 3 Khans are there in this film. The 3 Khans from the Shahi Khandan. All 3 of them are there, and all 3 of them are cast absolutely perfect, bang on. So I'm very excited about it, and it's going to be a very, very interesting December. It's going to be a very interesting Christmas.
Have you paid extra attention or a different treatment you've given, especially to the lines for AbRam because of considering he's very young?
No, the thing is that he's already done.
Is there a conscious effort to make those lines slightly easy or more accessible to a younger audiences?
No, the lines are written originally. Also, the lines are written. If it's a child character, then the lines will be appropriate to that character, right? In English, also it's like that. And when I'm localizing, I'm also keeping that same sensibility in mind. But I don't have to do anything special or extra because of the casting, because we already did the trailer dub, and they were so good. AbRam was so good. He came, he dubbed Fatafat, and there's no
Is he good in Hindi? Is Abraham very fluent in Hindi as well, like his dad?
for the dialogue part, yes. For the film part, yes. It was quite smooth. The trailer dub was very smooth, and now the final dub also will happen. And we've done this in Lion King, so we know that when they enjoy, when actors are enjoying what they are doing, it always becomes fantastic.
So you're saying
The end
Abraham
result will
dubbed,
always be fantastic when they're so
but
good fun. I'm looking forward to spending more time and more days with them.
looking forward to your next venture and next initiative by IPRS. Thank you so much for your time and all the best, Mayur.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure talking to you. Lovely
Yes,
questions.
yes.
I really enjoyed this conversation. Thank
Thank you.
you.
I also. Next time in person.
Pakka, pakka.